you are married, for example, you want to make sure that you are choosing a country that you can go and study in with your family. So you also want to make sure that you are going to a place where your spouse can work. There are some countries that you go to, your spouse will be able to go with you, but they cannot work. So you want to make sure you are going to a place where your spouse can work. Somebody that is not married will not be thinking about that. If you are married with kids, you want to go to a place where you can go with your family and your children can be able to go to school without you paying extra out of your pocket. Except, of course, you have a lot of money, then you don't care. If you don't have a lot of money, then you want to make sure you're going to a place where your children can go to school without you paying extra money. So it means that education for them is free. So these are some things that you need to consider when you are choosing a country. You also want to go to places where you have like career prospects based on your career. So today I'm going to be talking about navigating relocation via the study pathway. But I'm going to let me give us like an illustration first of all. So first here, this is you, your handsome and beautiful self. This is your goal. You want to relocate abroad. There is a space in between you and your goal, and then you need a vehicle, the vehicle that will take you from point A, where you are right now, to point B, which is to relocate abroad. Is that vehicle is the study pathway. So you're going from point A, you, to point B using a vehicle that will take you across the bridge from here to here, and that vehicle is the study pathway. Just like if you want to go from point A to point B and you decide that you're going to drive your car to that place, so your car is the vehicle that takes you there. That is what the study pathway is. It is a vehicle that will take you from where you are currently to relocating to your desired destination. So now that we have agreed that the study pathway is the vehicle, how can you navigate relocation via the study pathway? That's what we're going to be discussing today. Who's excited for this conversation? First thing that you need to know is choices, because we have to eliminate this confusion. When it comes to choices is about making a choice of the country that you're going to, making a choice of the school you're going to. Choices talks about country, school, program. So when it comes to choosing, now you choose based on you as an individual, based on your plan, based on your situation. And by situation, I mean, if you are married, for example, you want to make sure that you are choosing a country that you can go and study in with your family. Somebody that is single or married, they don't have that condition. So anyone will work for them. So that they are not looking for that requirement. You see why I said it's individualistic. If you are married, you also want to make sure that you are going to a place where your spouse can work. There are some countries that you go to, your spouse will be able to go with you, but they cannot work. So you want to make sure you are going to a place where your spouse can work. Somebody that is not married will not be thinking about that. If you are married with kids, you want to go to a place where you can go with your family and your children can be able to go to school without you paying extra out of your pocket. Except, of course, you have a lot of money, then you don't care. But if you don't have a lot of money, then you want to make sure you're going to a place where your children can go to school without you paying extra money. So it means that education for them is free. So these are some things that you need to consider when you are choosing a country. You also want to go to places where you have like career prospects based on your career. You want to go to that kind of place. So you need to choose the right country. Then we talk about choosing, again, like I said, is individualistic based on your individual self. Okay, so after you have decided on what country, then you now need to decide on your program of study. In Canada, they just recently announced that except you are coming to do a master's or a PhD, your spouse will not be able to get spousal open work permit. They just announced that in Canada. So you see how the program can now affect the program that you are choosing. You need to make the right decision on the program based on your unique situation. So program of study, some people have gone to do programs that when they apply for visa, they will deny them the visa. Why? Because they have chosen the wrong program. So people have even gone to choose programs that they cannot graduate from. It's too difficult. Maybe they did not know their capacity. It's so difficult and they were not able to graduate. And in this study pathway, for you to become a permanent resident via the study pathway, that school that you are going to, you must graduate. It is a requirement. You must actually finish that school, graduate, get a certificate. These days, I hear a lot of people say that they want to go and do data science. You see someone that have done history in school that does not have any statistics background at all. They say they want to go and do data science. Now, is there anything wrong with somebody doing that, did history in previous degree, going to do data science? There's nothing wrong with it. But the issue is, if you now go there and it is too difficult and you cannot finish it and you cannot graduate, then it now becomes a problem. Because some people go and school abroad and they fail out of the program. If it happens that you fail out of your program, that is the end of your relocation journey. You have cut it short. So you must graduate. It is compulsory. So you want to make sure that you are choosing a program that even your capacity, everybody, we all know our capacity. With your capacity, you know that you can handle it. And you can finish that program and you can graduate from that program. So you are choosing the right program based on your unique situation, your previous educational background, your future career goals, your current work experience. And you are also thinking about your family situation as well to make sure that you're choosing the program that is right for you and your family. I'm going to say this. I don't know how often people say it, but if you are married, you have a spouse, or you have a spouse and children, and you are relocating, you're trying to relocate, you know that you are thinking not only for yourself, but you're also thinking about your spouse, to thinking about your children. How will this relocation affect them? How do we mitigate the effects on them if it is negative? So, will my spouse be able to find a job in this place that I'm going to study? If no, how do we mitigate it? You are thinking about everybody. So like I tell people, you need to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. Once you are carrying dependents, you have to think ahead. Okay, so now I've talked about choices. So we talked about finding the right country, finding the right program. When it comes to programs, so whether you're going to do master's, PhD, postgraduate diploma, then choosing the right course as well. All of these fall under choices. That also choosing the right university. Some people will choose schools that don't have funding, and they know that they need the funding to relocate. So after they are going to choose the school that has zero funding. So if a school doesn't have funding, like they have zero, they cannot manufacture it for you. So if you are going there to get admission, just be ready to pay. It's as simple as that. But some people will go there after they've got admission in this school that has zero funding. They come to meet me to help them with scholarship. How? I cannot. I'm not a magician. If something doesn't exist, I cannot bring it to life for you. It doesn't exist. So you want to also make sure that based on your goals, do you need funding for you to claim this program? Based on that, you know the school that you are choosing. You know the program that you are choosing, because it's not all programs that have scholarships. So if you are looking for a full funding, for example, you cannot say that you want to go and do a postgraduate diploma in Canada. These programs don't have funding. The best you can get is maybe an entrance award or something, $5,000, $3,000, depends on the school. But for you to say full funding where you are not paying your tuition, you will not find it when you are going to do a postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate program. So these are the things that you need to start thinking about when you are trying to choose a program. At this point, you should already know how you are going to fund your studies. It's very important, because this is one question you should ask yourself from the beginning. How do I intend to fund my studies? If you have some cool dollars sitting in your bank account that you are willing to spend for this course, then of course, you spend your dollars for that. But if you know that you don't have dollars sitting in your bank account and you require sponsorship, your best bet is not to go and be looking for auntie or uncle to sponsor you, except your family members are so generous and people have a pool of money sitting somewhere that they will just give to you, which doesn't exist in most families. Your best bet is for you to look for scholarship opportunities. In the worst case, if you know that you have tried everything and you're not able to secure scholarship, your next best bet is for you to secure loans. Instead of you to go around, because I know there's somebody that told me that she had been waiting for one of her uncle 3 years. You have been waiting for uncle 3 years. She had been chasing. Where will you get the memo that this person does not want to give you this money? And I ask people, you think it's easy for you to carry $20,000 and give to somebody? If you have $20,000, will you give to somebody? If I let us start small, the small one that you have, will you give in this economic situation right now? How many of you can give an amount that will shake you? So you should answer that question. So your best bet is for you to go and look for funding opportunities from the schools, from the organizations that give these things. Go there and get. So now I've talked about choosing choices. Then the next thing is when you get to the application phase,